And as we say, we live on location. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and check the
Uh,
I'm gonna mute this thing real quick. And bro, you can go ahead open it up. I think we in there.
Okay, I just
Con,
got it.
con,
I hear you charming.
Hey, Shalom. It's the Brothers of Great Millstone, Charlotte. Coming with
Shalom,
another
shalom.
lesson to the Spirit and Power of Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom,
Shalom.
shalom.
Hey, we're getting into a lesson, man. This evening, how everyone can't understand this message, man. You know, it was only given to the elect ultimately to understand this message, to be able to receive these sayings and these parables. And ultimately for us to receive that salvation, Lord willing, we be of that number, man. And I wanted to get a quick definition because the nature of these scriptures, is very esoteric, right? And you got the definition of that word esoteric. It says it's confined and understandable by only an enlightened inner circle, man. So that enlightened inner circle are those men who are stepping with Yahweh Shai, man, who He has ordained from the beginning of time, man. Another one, real quick. So like it says, designed for or understood by the specially initiated alone, requiring or exhibiting knowledge that is restricted to a small group. Right, and that's the elect, man. These scriptures are esoteric in nature, so it's only meant to be understood by a small group of people, man. So you have to consider yourself extremely blessed, to have been given this opportunity to understand and to go out here and teach and push this ministry forward, man.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
So we can start in Matthew 13:10. Babushah.
This is Matthew 13 and verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them it is not given.
Right, it's given unto these men, that the Lord has chosen to understand, man. It wasn't given to 2/3. It wasn't given to these heathen, man. It was given to the 1/3, and that 144,000 men, that were chosen from the beginning of time, man. The mysteries were given to them in order to redeem the elect, man.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Come.
For whosoever have to him shall be given, and have more abundance. But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away even that he have.
Hmm.
Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing hear not, neither do they understand. They hear not,
Right.
neither do they understand. So like it.
Come. Just going back to that 12th verse, we were given this understanding in order for us to abound in it, man. Ultimately, this is the key to everlasting life, man. The wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We've been given this, so this is the key to everlasting abundance, right? But those who weren't given it, man, everything that they've uh, put their time into, everything that they've grown accustomed to and grown attached to, is going to be taken away, man. That's what I say. Whoever hath not it been given, even that shall be taken away, man. So everything that's not in this truth, that doesn't have to do with this truth. If you don't have this, then you're gonna lose it, man.
Mm-hmm. Con. I gotta let me get a precept off the comic board. Shalom to the brother Nakam. Shalom, bro. It says this is John 8:47. He that is of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shah hear of Yahweh Bashem Shah's words. Ye therefore hear them not, because ye are not of Yahweh Bashem Shah. Kind of beautiful precept, bro. Hey, that's the spirit we're going into, man. Because if The Most High is only dwelling with them that He has known from the beginning, from the foundation of the world, that wanted, but those that would obtain this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because why? He said He will renew you, because you once knew this. So He's bringing it back to our remembrance, man. Because we once knew this. Apparatus, our Lord willing, with those men. I'll pass it back to you, bro.
Okay. Ramon, could you continue on that, Baba Kushab?
Verse 14. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Elias, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not see. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears dull of hearing, and their eye and so like it. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears dull of hearing, and their eyes have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
Right. If it was the Lord's will, all of Israel would come back, man. But he's using 2/3 as an example, and he's using 1/3, to set that standard, man. That 1/3 is hearing this word and hearkening to the word, man. But 2/3, as it was prophesied, they would be dull of hearing, man. They would hear and they would see the prophets on the highways and byways. They would see the men of the Lord teaching across the four winds through the unicorn, man, on the internet, man. They would see all these things, all the signs of the prophecies and all these, but they wouldn't understand, man. They weren't given that eye salve ultimately, right?
Ooh. Oh, I got one for you, bro. Hey, this is Proverbs chapter 28, verse 5. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek Yahweh understand all things, man. Hey, lining up with the brother Quanawaf said, man, because the Lord didn't bless them with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, so they don't understand that we're in the time of judgment. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shah, those that seek Yahweh Shemal Shah, the hopeful elect, understand all things. So we understand the times and season that we're living in, man. We're living in the time of visitation of Yahweh Shah, man.
Mm-hmm. You can read 16 and 17 with one.
But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
Right. And what are those things, man? The prophecies, man. We're blessed to be in the time where the prophecies are being fulfilled, man. There's only a few more things that have to come to pass before Yahweh Shai is on the scene, man. So it's blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. We're not concerned with whether or not these people believe or not, man. If you believe, that's all that matters, because Scripture talk about it's like it, going after your own salvation, roughly paraphrasing, man. You can't drag anybody with you, and nobody can drag you along either, man. It comes down to your faith and your belief, man. But being able to see and understand and believe and hear and understand these things, that's that first step, man.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Could the brother get sorry, you got
Nah. Bring your point out, bro.
okay. Could the brother get Romans 11, 8 and 10?
This is the book of Romans chapter 8. And you said Romans chapter 8?
11,
11
verse
8.
8 to 10. Okay.
You want me to start at 7?
You can.
Yeah, this is Romans chapter 11, verse 7. What then Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest was blinded.
Right, the rest were blinded, man. We all have stories about how brothers were looking into conspiracy theories and things of that nature, or you stumbled across this truth, but it wasn't by accident, man. That was the Lord, calling you, man. Brothers might have heard, been walking down the street. We've all had, those thoughts of, there has to be more to life than this, man. The 2/3 also have those thoughts, but they get trapped up in these other philosophies. They get trapped up in these other belief systems, man. Ultimately, because the Lord didn't want them, man. He wanted you, and Lord willing, we endure to the end, that we can, be of that 130 elect number, man.
Because the Lord said he directs a man's steps. He seals the instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8, according as it is written, Yahweh have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should see not, and ears that they should not hear, until this day.
Right. So it's all the will of Yahweh Shai, man. The reason why we're out here week in, week out, day in and day out, and people don't listen is because the Lord has them blinded, man. He has their eyes. He has angels, blocking these people from receiving this message, man. He has people, ultimately they're not chosen. We go back into that word esoteric. He goes into being, part of an initiated group, man, to understand something, man. Where you've been initiated through your understanding, man. If you're watching these videos and you understand these scriptures, you can you have the potential to be part of that, elect number, man.
Real quick, this is Job chapter 12, verse 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceive and the deceiver are his. Backing up what the brother Quanawap said, man, this is all in the Lord's hand, man. The Lord has who he wants to get it, and he has those that he doesn't want to get it, man. The Lord is the one that's stirring the pot. This is his movie.
Hey, that's oh, go ahead.
Hey, St. John 5, and we'll get verse 21. For as the Father raiseth up the dead and quickeneth them, even so the Son quickeneth whom he will. Right, man. So here it is, the you being built up and brought up, hey, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, hey, and they doing it, by their will, man. And that's why the scriptures speak a lot about the regenerations, man, who was always with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. We pray that we have that number.
That's right. That's right.
That's the beauty of the scriptures, man. This thing wouldn't be as special if everybody understood it, man. That's why the Lord has it in such a small number of the men that got this gift, man. The scriptures talk about how Yahweh Shem Shai deals in small numbers. You go into the book of Job, I believe it was Gideon, where his army, the Lord dwindled his army down to, I think it was 300 men, just so he could show his power, man. And that's the same way Yahweh Shem Shai is dealing with us, man. He's got us in such small numbers to ultimately magnify his power, man.
That's right. That's right. Because the Lord loves an underdog story. And that's what you read throughout the scriptures. It's all about the underdog. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 8. According as is written, Yahweh have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should see not, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. And David said, let their table be made a snare, and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. Because you got to understand, these same niggas that was troubling David and troubling Yahweh Shai and troubling Moses and troubling Noah and troubling the prophets, these same niggas is right back in their lot, man, doing the same thing, man. Same niggas is walking by the camp, saying their little comments under their breaths, saying the things on the comment board, doing all these outlandish things against the men of the Lord. These are the same niggas right back in their lot, man. Because, hey, like the Lord told Daniel, he said, Daniel, go thy way be and stand at thy lot at the end of days. What more so the 2/3 niggas, man? They in their lot in the end of days, and all you seeing they doing is niggatry, man, nigga shit. And it says, verse 10, let their eyes be darkened that they may not see and bow down their back away.
Right. This was King David, praying that the 2/3 won't get this, man. That only the true, sincere, those men chosen by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai will understand this message, man, will get this truth. Right? David said, let their eyes be darkened, man. Let this be a snare unto them, and we see the snare, Jake trapped up in all different manners of madness, man. From the church people to various Scientologies, Pan Africanism, all this madness out here, has all been made snares today. Why? Because they weren't chosen, man. They weren't part of the Lord's counsel, man. Ultimately,
God. Hey, grab that. Hey, Quantum, what's that scripture? Zechariah, we brought it out last week, and they turned their back away.
okay.
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
think it's 11:7.
Can you bring that back? And I'm gonna read this again because that's lining up what King David prayed for. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 10. Let their eyes be darkened that they may not see, and bow down their back away. And that's what they do when they walk by the camp, man. They turn and they turn from the word, man. They're not taking heed for what the Lord is saying by the message of the prophets. Operates our Lord willing with those men. Did you find it?
So okay, let me look it up.
Let me see. Hey, jump back to your lesson, bro. Well, I'll find it. Jump back to the precept you had.
Could brother get Matthew 19 and 11?
Con. This is Matthew's 19 and 11. But he said unto them, all man cannot receive this saying, save they whom get Salakia. All men cannot receive this saying, save they to whom it is given.
Mm-hmm. So not all men can understand these things, man. It's been given to us to understand these scriptures, man. That's why we've been tasked to teach and preach the way we do, man. To be diligent, because this wasn't given to everyone to understand, man. So it's on our plate to push this ministry forward, man. We've come into other men's labors, but we're all fighting for that same penny, man. So it's been as to whom is given much is required, man.
That's right. I found it right here, man. It's the water for the brother on the comment board. It was Zechariah 7 and 11. It said, but they refused to hearken and pulled away their shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear. Is that not what our people do? They don't want to take heed, man. So they walk by, they cover their kids' ears up because they don't want to hear us cussing and all that madness, and what we're saying. So that's why it said they refuse to hearken and pull away their shoulder, man. They turn the shoulder, man. They don't want to. They walk around, and we done seen it many a times. How Jacob go all over. They go around. They cross the street before they walk past us. We done seen it plenty of times, man. That's cold, man. That's showing that the Lord really don't want you to get it when you really had to go out your way to go across the street just so you ain't got to walk past the word of the Lord. That's showing how the Lord put that spirit on you where you really is not gonna get it, man. That King David prayed for the Lord to put that spirit on you niggas that you won't get it in these days, man.
Right. That's why Isaiah what is that? Isaiah 30 to say they go down to Egypt for help, but as for the counsel of the Lord, they have not known, man. They don't even seek the counsel of the Lord, man. Yep. They want the counsel of Egypt, man.
Yep. That's why it's gonna be a stumbling block and a snare into them.
Right, because the very thing that they looking for help is set out to destroy them. But back to you, Kwanwa. Jump back into it.
Actually, I'm gonna read down to that 12th verse in Zechariah. Because there's another good point in here. It says, yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the words which the Lord of hosts has sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts. Right. So just land back what the spirit brothers is in right now, man. Our people refuse to listen, man. It's not even that, they can't listen. They don't even want to listen. They don't even want to put the effort in, to receive the message, let alone receive it at all, man. Because if it was given to them, they still turn their backs, man. That's why this message has to go throughout the entire world. So the Lord is justified in His judgment, man. As it says, He's going to come with great wrath. But can brother get John 15, verse 14 through 16?
This St. John chapter 15, and you said start at verse 14.
Con.
St. John chapter 15, verse 14. Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what is the Lord's doeth, but I call you friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you.
Mm-hmm.
It says, verse 16, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit shall remain, that whatsoever you shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it. He said, it said, he may give it you.
Right. You know, we're considered friends of the Lord, man. You know, we're doing this work on his behalf, but we're considered friends because we understand this message, man. He gave us that understanding, right? And
Mm-hmm.
going back to that word for esoteric, it says confined to an understanding by only an enlightened inner circle, man. You know, so we're considered part of Yahweh Shai's inner circle right now, man, because we've
Yeah.
been given this understanding. And like it says in verse 16, man, he chose us, man. He ordained us, you know, from the beginning, man. I think even was it Romans 8? You know, where actually let me just pull it up so I can, because you know the elect were chosen from the beginning to receive this message, man. This is Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High, and if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with the Mashiach. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together, right? And, you know, being part of that inner circle, you know, we have to take part in those same sufferings, right? But
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's the chosen, man. That's the elect. You know, those men who were chosen from the beginning of time to receive this message ultimately. You know, to be awoken up. You know, by the voice of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man.
Kind. Hey, backing you up, because hey, as in the world, that's why the Lord said he'd call us what, servants, not friends. No, he calls us friends, not servants. Because hey, you just can't call everybody your friend at the end of the day. Because some people are friend for what? For occasion. And here's the scripture backing that up. This is book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. So the Lord is doing what? He's proven those, he's trying them. They as what gold tried through the fire. The Lord's giving them different type of adversities and trials and tribulation that they got to go through to prove to him that they're worthy to be his friend. Because a friend goes back to what? Brother. It goes back to being a brother. So the Lord is he's trying them to prove that they're worthy, man. Because verse 8's the point. He says, for some man is a friend for our own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And that's a nigga. That's 2/3 of the nation of Israel. They'll be your friend, but for to their own occasion, to what they can gain and what they can prosper out of you, man. And that's what the Lord sees out of 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. Nation of Israel, they use the Lord for their own benefit. When it's time, when something about to go, when something about to happen, or let your bill about to go, the bill's not about to get paid, and they crying unto the Lord. They cry for the Lord until they own profit. You know what I'm saying? But the men of the Lord, we seek the Lord daily. We seeking the Lord daily while he may be found. We're crying out to the Lord constantly, man. That's why the Lord said, I call them friends. He said, some men will be a friend for their own occasion and will not be a bond in the day of trouble. And there is a friend who will begin to turn to enmity, and strife will discover thy reproach. And we see that in the last days. Those that were saying they were part of the circumcision, but now they're becoming demons. They scoffing against the prophets. They scoffing against the apostles, the elders, and all the Akim. And then at the same time, you got those that say that they're prophets, and they scoffing against the name of Yahweh Shai. They're not using his name. They use his name for political gain, far as what, for revenue and money and gimmicks and shit. We see there a lot of these camps, man. They only want to be with the Lord for their own profit, man. That's why the Lord is, at the end of the day, he's gonna say with those that try to call on him, he said, hey, what's the scripture? He said, and they said,
I
Lord,
know
Lord,
you're not.
I have called your name. That's what a lot of these niggas gonna say, man. But the Lord's gonna say, man, get away from me, you workers of iniquity, man. Because hey, the Lord ain't dealing with you. And we're about to see that in these last days when the Lord start trying a lot of these guys, and a lot of these guys start to fold, man. And that's the ones you're gonna see that the Lord is not dealing with, man. That's why we have to do it. We have to use our time to the best of our ability to be seeking the Lord while He may be found, man. Because we trying to be found as what? As friends, as really likely as the brothers.
God, God, it's it's beautiful you brought that up. How you have to try a friend, right? You have to put them through tests because that the definition for the word esoteric, it goes into being designed or understood by the specially initiated, man. And we're going through that initiation right now, man. We're going through that test period, and it's gonna, continue to ramp up to truly prove your faith, man. To truly see, if you're in the ride for your how about you now, you're gonna be 10 toes for the Lord, man.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Um, brother get Amos 3:7, and then First John 2:20.
This is Amos 3 and verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
Right. So the Lord is revealing His secrets unto the prophets, man. He's revealing those parables. It's like He's revealing those mysteries. He's revealing all these things, you know, in order to continue the movement of prophecy, man. Because this is a part of the downfall of Babylon the Great America, man. The prophets have to be sent out in order to chant down this wicked society, man. So those men have to be chosen. You're not gonna have a man who wasn't chosen, enduring to the end. It's gonna be the men who the Lord wanted from the beginning of time, man.
And what was the second one out?
Oh, you want the second one?
Uh,
I got it. This First John chapter 2, verse 20. But ye have an unction of the Holy One, and you know all things.
So we've been given that asap, that unction, going into that oil, right? We've been given that by Yahweh to understand these things, man. We've been given what we need to know for salvation's purpose, man. We don't have all the understanding, but we have all the understanding as it comes to pertaining to salvation, man.
Yep.
And that's what we need in these times, right? We're not worried about these other things out here, man. The Lord will give us that understanding in due time, right? But what we do have is what's necessary for us to get out of here, man.
Yep. Because we're trying to be found as what? The first fruits of the kingdom of heaven. We're trying to be found as that remnant, man. That's what it's about, man. Enduring to the end. Enduring all the hell and affliction to the end, man.
So brother get Psalms 25 and 14, and then Sirach 1 and 14.
I got a precept to back you up, bro.
Okay.
Real quick. First Timothy 1, and I'll start at verse 18. And they that do good, that they be rich in good works, and ready to distribute, and willing to communicate, laying up a store for themselves, a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life. Right, man. So that's why the brother was just saying, man, hey, with this knowledge, man, what are we doing, man? We don't know everything of everything, but we know everything that's needed, man, for what? Salvation and eternal life, man. That was it on that, brother. What'd you call for again?
Psalm 25 and 14, and then Sirach 1 and 14.
I got the Psalms 25.
Sirach 1.
Let me see. This Psalms 25 and 14. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he showeth them his covenant.
Right. The secret of Yahweh Shai is with the men who fear him, man. The men who received this message, and we're moved to work, man. We're moved to try to get closer to Yahweh Shai. Baba Kushat talking about, could you get the word for secret in the blue air?
You say get the what?
You said secret. You said secret.
Okay.
This is Strong's G. Let me see. It says council, councils, assemble, circle, a family of friends, familiar friends, secret council. Yeah, that's about it right there. Yep.
You know, the secret of the Lord is what? His counsel, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
his family. You know, as we went back in that Matthew. You know,
The
those
fraternity.
close friends to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Yeah. You know, those are the
Mm-hmm.
men who fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know, those are the men who, you know, whose spirits are being called back. Right? You heard that word and you were activated, man. You know, that's why out here teaching the elect or reaching out to the elect so that they can be activated, right? You know, we're not concerned, as scriptures say, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, speak against thee. We don't care, you know, if you don't believe. That's not our problem, man. Our job is to put this word out there so that the elect may be activated, man. You know, whether you believe or not is of no consequence.
Mm-hmm. Kind of got one backing you up, going back to that unction, real, and how we know things according to the Spirit. And this is 1 Corinthians chapter 13-9. For we know in part and we prophesy in part. And that's just based off what the brother said, man. Hey, we don't know all things as far as how the Lord has all things set up, but we know through the scriptures how all the prophecies and things are lined up, man. Because every brother's faith is measured by the Yahweh Shema Shah. But we know in part, we prophesy in part, because we know the main stories throughout the scriptures as far as regarding prophecy, man. And that's what we return to Yahweh Shah.
Right. So you got that Ramon.
Khan. Sirach 1 and 14. To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. It is created with faith in the womb.
Right. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You know, the true wise man will fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And it said it was beginning. It's like you read that last part again. It's like
You say what up?
He said,
could
read
you
it
read that
again.
last? Yeah, could you read that again for me?
You said read it again?
Con.
Sirach 1 and 14. To the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it is created with the faithful. And it is created with the faithful in the womb.
Right. So it's created with the faithful in the womb, right? So those spirits were created with the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in them, man. You know, the elect already had that fear instilled in them. They didn't have to you don't go out and seek the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It's in you already, man. That's why when you hear this word, it activates something in you, man. It activates the fear of the Lord, man. You hear something, it just clicks. It's like, oh, I gotta get it, man. You know, the world is ending, right? You know, you come into this truth, you think everything gonna end in the next, you know, couple months or days, or you know, but you know, it's that spirit that is being activated because it was in you, you know, from the beginning, man. The Lord dropped that spirit in, you know, why when you were conceived, and it was just waiting to be, you know, revealed, man.
I got a precept for you. This is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou comest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee to be a prophet unto the nations. That's for you, Kwanwa.
Time. You know, that was speaking on Jeremiah, right? But it's the same thing with all the prophets, man. All the prophets were sanctified in the womb, man. Their spirit was, you know, the Lord chose a specific spirit to go into whatever physical body that He needed them in at that moment, right? You know, it's the same like that we're in right now. You know, so the elect, you know, all those spirits have already been chosen, man. They've already been set apart. You know, going to that word holy means to be set apart. Those men are already chosen, but the Lord is just activating them in different times and different, different areas and time periods, man.
Because you're right. Real quick, backing you up again. It says, well, I'm going to quote it. It says, the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets, man. And that's basically backing up what the brother Kwanwa said, man. Hey, the spirits are already ordained from the beginning to come down and do the word of Yahweh Bashim Shah and minister and wake up the elect. So they always come back in their lot at the time period that the Lord has ordained for them to return, man.
God, I got a precept too, man, because the brother was saying pretty much how the prophets, man, will move with the word whatsoever they go, man. This is a Revelations 14:4.
Mm-hmm.
These are they which were not defiled with women, which that women is a representation of doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
For they are virgins, and they which follow the Lamb whatsoever he goeth, these were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and unto the Lamb. Right, man. So, hey, wherever the Lamb go, man, wherever the Lord have us go, wherever He is, hey, that's where we go, man. You know, hey, it was what's the word? Inevitable. You know.
Yep.
Hey, I got a quick one just to land back off what your brothers is getting at, man. It's John 12:26. It says, "If any man serve me, let him follow me, and where I am, there shall also my servant be. If any man serve me, him will my Father honor." Right. So the elect, are going to receive that honor for continuing to follow Yahweh Shai, man. And it's already been ordained that we're going to follow Yahweh Shai, man. We just have to pray that that spirit of endurance is on us, man. Because just getting back to the title of the lesson, man, everyone can't understand this message, man. So if you're understanding this message, you have the opportunity to follow Yahweh Shai and receive that honor from the Most High, man.
Yep. I got one more for you, bro.
Okay.
This is Sirach chapter 36, verse 25. Sirach chapter 36, verse 15. I'm read down one of my favorite scriptures. I started verse 14. Fill Zion with thy unspeakable oracles, and thy people with thy glory. Give testimony to those that have possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that's been in thy name. And that's what you're seeing taking place in these last days. He said, give testimony to those that have possessed from the beginning, showing the prophets has been with the Lord since the beginning of creation. And it says, raise up prophets that have been in thy name, man. And that's speaking on the prophets. It says, reward them that wait for thee, and let the prophets be found faithful, man. And that's what you're seeing in these last days. Apparatus, our Lord willing, with those men, because the Lord has the prophets in their lot doing what he commanded them to do. And he said, that's why he said, let the prophets be found faithful, because the prophets are the only ones that have that gift of faith, and that's going to keep their integrity to the end and do all things for the elect's sake, man. For Yahweh Shah's sake.
Con. Could a brother get Proverbs 1 and we'll read 1 through 6?
This is Proverbs 1. You say 1 through 6?
Con.
Proverbs 1 and 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equality, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man, knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall obtain unto the wise counsels.
Right, a man of understanding will attain unto wise counsels. A wise man will hear and increase. Scriptures talk about abounding in the word, man. You hear this word and you have to continue to grow, right? But that comes with understanding. That comes with the knowledge, man. Scriptures talk about how wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of our times. But in order to receive that stable foundation, you first have to grow and become rooted, man. That's why it says that a wise man will increase and learn, right? Because true wisdom is seeking after the old ways, seeking after those paths of our forefathers, learning and understanding the things that they went through, and being able to apply the scriptures to your day-to-day life, man.
Can I back you up real quick?
Okay.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 24, real quick. They also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmured shall learn doctrine. Backing up what the brother Quanawaf said, man. Because it's all the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shaka. We once was in that spirit, man.
Okay. You can finish that verse 6 for one.
Okay. Proverbs 1 and 6. I understand a proverb and the interpretation of words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but
Right,
fools despise wisdom and instruction.
man. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom and knowledge, but fools despise both wisdom and instruction, man. You know, that's the foolish out here, man. They weren't given the understanding. That's why they despise it because they don't get it. You know, it's like it's like the Lord left a message on the phone and it's all staticky and they can't hear it. It sounds like the Peanuts teacher, man. But
Mm-hmm.
when we get that message, it's loud and clear, man. You know, and then we can run, as I believe it's was it Habakkuk 2, where it says
Run that
they
race.
run, they read it. God.
Yep.
But just going back to that verse 6, it says, the wise man will understand the proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. So we've been given these understandings, man. Things that, may seem um, simple to us are really deep, dark sayings, man. Even the Lord's name, the fact that Yahweh Shai and the Most High aren't so-called white men, right? All these things are dark sayings to a person of no understanding, right? But because we've been given that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we can receive that message fully, man.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and if I may add too, man, really it's like hey, the world is like a fucking pit of children, man. Whereas like, hey, because you understand something instead of and they can't, what do, man? They make mockery, man. Instead of
Mm-hmm.
gaining any knowledge to see if where you come from, if you what you're saying has any basis to it, the world would rather play Nana and the Boo Boo or nigga you a nerd, stupid shit like that,
Right.
man. Because that's the dumbed down state that this world is in, man. And you see it in different aspects of life, not just with this truth, man, but really all over it. If you Jake and you a handyman type person, man. Nigga, you need something to do. You need a hobby or something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you literally get mocked for having any type of skill or knowledge in this society, man. This place is
Mm-hmm.
really utterly retarded, man. I got a
Yep.
quick precept to tell you too. This is Sirach 1 and 18. The fear of the Lord the fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish, both with him, both for which are gifts of Yahweh, and the larger their rejoicing in him that love him. Right, man. Because hey, man, once you get this wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shai, man, hey, he gonna bless you, man. That's why Scripture say, "Hey, blesses him that readeth," which really goes back to blesses them that understand, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Accurately.
wisdom raineth down skill and knowledge of understanding, and exalt them in honor that hold her fast. Right, man. Because hey, at the end of the day, though these people know they don't get it, they know that this wisdom that we hold will exalt us at the end times, man. They know, man,
Mm-hmm.
because people know that what we say is true. They have no covering, man. They have nowhere to hide. Oh man, this nigga told me about it, but I ain't want to believe him. It ain't that. Hey, like I tell you in that Second Peter, this third chapter, man. They're willingly ignorant, man. So it ain't that. Hey, Jake didn't have no way of getting it, which hey, because it's right here in front of him. Hey, the Lord said, if you knock at the door, if he knock at the door, he sup with you, man. Hey, Jake they didn't want the skills, man. They didn't want the skills to prosper for eternal life, man. They want to continue in this fleshly life, man.
Okay. Hey, and like you read, man, it's a gift, man. The Lord gave this to us. That's why we don't walk around here prideful, boasting about this, man. We come with that humble, meek spirit because we understand that the same way the Lord gave us this understanding, He can take it away, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scary thing to think about, man. But it keeps you on your toes, right? It keeps that fire burning in you, understanding that I have to continue to come out, go and seek after Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai diligently, because He could, the same way He gave it to me, He could take it away, man.
Mm-hmm.
You anything, Tazama?
No, I was looking for something, bro. You got something?
I got one more. This is Sirach 6 and 20. And it reads, "She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her." Right, so and that goes into wisdom, man. As the brother mentioned, man, you know, these people are like children, man. They see something that they don't understand, and they mock and scoff at it. Why? Because they don't understand the power of it, man. They don't understand, the true value of what they're seeing, man. They see it as just, some men in dresses, right? Jake wants to come up and scoff. They see all these things, and they're like, I don't understand this, so it must be bad, right? But it wasn't given to them, man. They weren't accounted worthy to receive the knowledge as the initiated are, as we read in that definition, right? They're not worthy to be in this inner circle, man. The Lord didn't choose them.
Mm-hmm. Con.
But
I got something real quick. You have more, bro?
no, that's all I got.
Con, this is the account of King Solomon. I know brothers probably didn't heard this before. I'm gonna read this one in Second Chronicles. This is the account of King Solomon right before David passed, before he took the throne. This is 2 Chronicles chapter 1, verse 9. And now, O Yahweh, thy power, let thy promise unto David my father be established, for thou hast made me king over a people like thou dost of the earth in multitude. Give me now wisdom and understanding, that I may go out and come in before this people. For who can judge this thy great Salaki? It said, for who can judge this thy people that is so great? And that's what King Solomon was seeking. He was seeking the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, so he can go out and be able to judge amongst the Negro Latin Native Americans, which are the 12 patriarchs of Israel. And he said, great people, because our people are what? They are great people, but they're very cunning and crafty. They're Jacob, Yaiquab. And he says, and Yahweh said unto Solomon, because this was in thy heart, and thou hast not asked for riches, wealth, or honor, or life with thy enemies, neither yet thou hast asked long life, but hast asked wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayest judge thy people, over whom I have made thee king. Wisdom and knowledge is granted unto thee, and I will give thee riches, wealth, honor, such as none of kings had, and will have been before thee, neither shall thou any after thee have thou like. And that's basically the message. And the story is, seek wisdom, and everything else is flowing to it, man. And that's the message that we're pushing, man. And that's why we say all Israel wasn't blessed with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because they're not seeking after true riches. The only riches that our people are seeking after is the riches of this world, man. That's tangible, man. The riches that we're seeking after is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that the Lord has for us, man. The treasures that was in heaven, man. I was at Matthew 6:22. So that's what we're seeking after, man. The people in this society, they seek after Esau, Edom, and his tangible society, which is not lasting, man, which is crumbling right before our eyes, man. That's why I like the brother title the lesson. This truth is not for everybody. Everybody can't understand this word, because this word wasn't given to everybody. It was only given to the elect of the nation of Israel, the remnant that the Lord has been known since the beginning, man.
Okay. Y'all brothers say anything else?
Con, I didn't have anything, bro. You got something, wrong?
Nah.
Okay. So, we'll close it with that, man. Beautifully said by Brother Tajabak, man. Everyone can't understand this message, man. So, count yourself blessed. If you're seeing these videos and you're understanding this, man, but you have to continue to run to your house shot, man. You have to continue, to grow in this wisdom, man. And if you lack wisdom, pray for more wisdom, and all these spiritual things that the scriptures talk about, man.
Con.
So, we want to close by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash, that will honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, across the four winds, man. By pushing this word, man. Shalom, shalom. Hey, Kwame Yasharawa. Hey, abide the ball, man.
Above the ball.
Shalom.
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 Shalom.